What's going on, guys? Cordy here and welcome back to another Heroes Guide. Today's video we're going to be looking at Crunch. Now before we get into the video, just a quick reminder, if you guys haven't subbed yet, definitely hit that sub button. We're really close to getting 1,000 subs. Once I get 1,000 subs, I can apply for partnership. So if you guys are enjoying this kind of content, definitely help me out and hitting that sub button. Alright guys, let's get into the guide. Alright, so Crunch is classified as a warrior. He's a melee hero. He's best played in the solo lane and in the jungle. I've been playing him a lot in the jungle. I think he's really fun. He has a lot of cooldowns. His whole kit synergizes on getting lower cooldowns to spam your abilities, being in the thick of the fight, popping all your abilities, and just being a big frontliner. All right, so let's quickly go over the abilities. So for Crunch, each ability has a different passive on it. It depends on if you hit multiple times with your abilities. On the third attack, the third use of your ability is gonna proc the passive on that ability. So the first ability, Crunch's Swing. Crunch is gonna swing a cone attack that's going to be dealing damage. The enhancement part increases the range and increases the effective enemy's physical defense by 30% for 4 seconds. Crunch's E ability, Crunch Blow, swings a fist to stun enemies within range for 0.5 seconds and deals damage. The enhancement part increases damage by 25% and then launches that enemy in the airborne rather than stunning. Crunch's basic attack, it's pretty standard basic attack, nothing special about his left click. Crunch's right click, Crunch Charge, charges forward and deals damage to enemies and slows them by 30% for 0.5 seconds. Running into an enemy hero, terrain, or structure stops the skill, so you'll stop on impact. The enhancement part increases the charge distance, so you can dash a little further, and pushes that enemy hero back. Now Crunch's ultimate. So Crunch's ultimate is 2 parts. He has a passive. So the passive, a successful basic attack decreases the cooldowns of all skills by 0.2 seconds. So every time you're doing a basic attack, your other skills are going to be decreased. I don't think it takes the effect of the ultimate. I've been looking at it, but I haven't really, it doesn't seem like the ult is affected by it. It does say all skills, but I'm not too sure on that part. But all the 3 other skills definitely will be reduced every basic attack that you do when it's on cooldown. Each use of the third skill, so this is where the enhancement part comes in. Each use of a third skill within 10 seconds enhances the skill. So if you get 2 abilities off, that third ability is going to have that extra passive that's on the skill. Now the active that's on the ultimate, reuse the last used skill 1 more time. So whatever ability that you use, you press your ult, it's going to reuse that same skill. So if you do a Crunch Swing, you can do 2 Crunch Swings back to back. If you're using your uppercut, you'll use that ability 1 more time, so you get another stun. Or if you're enhanced, you can get the knock up, so you can go ahead and stun, use your ult to get a knock up possibly. And then his charge is going to allow you to dash a little bit more, so you get an extra dash. It's a little confusing at first, but once you just play Crunch and you're just basically spamming abilities, this is how I feel when I play this hero. He has really low cooldowns and he just spams abilities. It's really fun. I wouldn't worry too much about the enhancement. Just try to play him and just spam your abilities whenever the cooldown is down. All right, so now getting into the leveling order. So for leveling order, when I'm playing jungle, I'm going to be leveling up the Q. The Q ability does the most damage. And it also has the lowest cooldown as the other abilities. So you're going to be leveling the Q first. If you're going to just keep on farming, you're going to level up your Crunch Below. This is going to be doing more damage than your right click. If you're going to gank at level 2, after you do your buff, then you'll go with the Crunch Charge. This is going to help you just catch up a little bit whenever they use their dash. Whenever you're ganking and they use their dash to get away, or if they use their blink to get away, this will help you close the gap a little bit. The dash isn't really that amazing, but just something there to help you. So if you are going to gank, go with this item. If you're just going to your jungle, leveling up the E ability next. After that, we'll go to the opposite. And then from there, you're going to max out your Q ability first. You're going to do your ultimate whenever you can. With Crunch's ultimate, you want to get that ability right away. That way you have, lower cooldowns on your abilities. So whenever you use an ability, you auto attack in between, and it's going to reset the cooldowns of the other abilities. This works really well with Crunch. He has really great AA cancels, the attack animation cancel. So you use one ability, auto, use another ability, auto. You cancel that animation so you can use them really quickly in between. Whenever you get your ult, level it, priority. After that, level 7, you're going to get your Crunch Swing. You're going to keep maxing this out first. Then you'll transition over to E, max out your Crunch Swing, E, all the rest. Your ultimate, whenever your ultimate is up, level your ultimate, your E, ultimate, and then you'll finish off with the Crunch Charge. You do want to prioritize your ultimate again whenever you can. It lowers the cooldown by 10 seconds at base. It's 35. Whenever you get 3 points into it, it goes to 15 seconds on the active. And then the passive, you get 0.8 seconds at max off of every ability. So late game with cooldowns, you're just going to be slamming abilities hitting in between, you're gonna be just insane. It's like you're doing like freaking Street Fighter combos. It's so fun to play. All right, so now for building Crunch. There's 3 ways you can build Crunch. There's one way that I really like, maybe 2 ways, but the 3 ways you can build them, you can go full damage, you can go hybrid, or you can go full tank. In the solo, you're definitely gonna build a full tank, but in the jungle, you have those 3 options, and it kind of really depends on how the game is going, or what you need on your team. But if you're gonna be going full damage, Spirit Fang must. It has power. It gives you a little bit of attack speed that we can hit more in between your autos. You can hit more autos to reset your cooldowns. It's gonna give you an active that deals damage in a radius. Just a really great jungle item. Next item is gonna be Great Sword Hurricane. This is another great item for Crunch. It's gonna give you some power, some health, but it's gonna give you 15 CDR, which is awesome for Crunch. Even though he already has low cooldowns, this just makes his cooldowns even lower, and that way you just late game will spam through those abilities. And then from here, there's a couple items that you can get if you're gonna be going full damage. You can go into Vamp Sword. It's gonna give you power, lifesteal, some more cooldowns. You can go into Marauder's Watch. It's gonna give you power, some attack speed, and cooldowns. And also the passive is the same passive that's on your ultimate. So you can get more cooldowns, go through your abilities. It's pretty crazy. And then another item you can go to is Superior Immunity Booster. This one's just going to give you raw power, 50 power, 10 pin, and then some health. And you'll get a shield. If you're going to be going damage, this is kind of what you want to be building. These 2 items, Spirit Fang and Great Sword, are pretty much, like, I think, standard for most junglers, and definitely for Crunch. They just feel really well with him. I don't really recommend going the damage build. Just for Crunch, if you're going to be in there, you're going to be going in, using all your abilities, your melee. I feel like you don't do enough damage to out damage the enemy team. So I personally don't like going this build path. The other build path is the hybrid build path. This is the one that I think I prefer going when I'm playing Crunch in the jungle. Same thing. You're gonna get your Destroyer Stone, Spirit Fang, and Great Sword Hurricane. Next, I'm gonna go into Z-Mist away. This is gonna start making me tankier for the game. You're gonna get magical defense, physical defense, some health. You're gonna get 10 CDR. So right now you're at 25 CDR with these 2 items, and then you'll just be doing damage to players whenever you're in front of them. From there, it's gonna really depend on how the game is going, what the enemy team has as per their comp, who on the enemy team is doing really well. You'll either need to go into Guardian of Helene to reduce crit. It's going to give you some cooldowns, some physical defense, reduce crit. If they're really heavy on CCs, they have like a Decker, a Rampage, or whoever can like stun you or just provide like so many debuffs. Blacksmith's Scissors is going to be really good. It's going to give you magical defense, some health, and it's going to give you 30% tenacity, and then you'll recover health whenever you get hit with the crowd control. Another magical defense item is going to be Swamp Cloak. I put this on here because it gives you 50 magical defense, which is really great. 500 health, that's a lot. It's going to give you 10 CDR, which is also another benefit for Crunch. So you can get more CDR, more spamming abilities you have. The passive is going to slow by nearby heroes. That one's kind of a meh passive. Just the stats itself are really, really good. That's why I put it on here. If you're needing anti-heal, you're going to go into Zinc's Clawbearer. 35 physical defense, 50 magical defense, 300 health, and then it's going to reflect damage, but it's also going to decrease the healing by 300%. And then another item you can go to is Berserker Helm. Physical defense, magical defense. It's going to give you 10 more CDR. So again, these items are kind of like a hybrid tanky items that is going to give you the cooldown so you can spam your abilities. And the passive on this one is just going to decrease the attack speed for 2 seconds for every time a hero does damage to you with the basic attack. So these are the items that you would go. You just gotta again kind of depend on how the enemy team is playing, how their comp is, who's doing the most damage. Is their mage the one that's dominating? Then let me go get some magical defense. Is their carry wrecking me with their crit? So let me go get physical defense with some anti-crit. Another item I don't have on here, I'll put it on this side. Another item that I didn't mention is high end armor. So if they're just really, their physical damage is destroying you, get high end armor, get physical defense, health, some regen, and then the received damage from any basic attacks and physical skills will be reduced by 12%. So these are kind of your items. Crunch is more, I feel, better hybrid, tanky. I wouldn't really go full damage with Crunch. Just again, when it comes to late game, those Rangers, and those casters are going to just doing so much damage that you really can't compare. And if you're getting CC'd, you can't really get those abilities off. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about Crunch, how your games have been going with Crunch, if these builds are helping you. Let me know if there's any other hero you would like me to break down in the future. I will be trying to do this for every new hero that's coming out from here on, and maybe every now and then I'll go and visit an older hero. If you guys have any particular hero in mind, let me know in the comment section below. Also, a reminder, don't forget, if you guys like this kind of content, definitely subscribe to the channel. We're really close to getting partner. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Cordy. You can join my Discord, follow me on Twitter. All the links will be in the description below. But everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.